While Pakistan was busy earning global brownie points for negotiating the peace deal between US and Iran, its own borders have been burning wildly. Its cities are under attack, its own occupied territory is in open revolt, its western border is a war zone, and its military is bombing civilians in a neighboring country. Last week, a group of local militants attacked the Sindh Rangers headquarters in Karachi, killing 4 personnel in the city's first major terror strike in 3 years. Jamaat-ul-Ahrar, a breakaway faction of the banned Taliban, Pakistan, took responsibility. A Pakistani militant group operating on Pakistani soil, attacking a Pakistani security installation. In retaliation, Pakistan forces launched an attack on Afghanistan border areas Sunday, killing nearly 30 civilians, including children. What's worse is that it was a double tap strike, meaning bomb once, and when people rushed in to save the children, women, and children, then bomb again to inflict maximum casualties. So Pakistan-Afghanistan tensions are escalating again. Sounds like a usual Monday in Islamabad, right? Well, not this time. Instead of solving its problems, Pakistani ministers are back to doing what they do best: point fingers at India for everything going wrong with them. So here's what happened. Pakistani Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi strongly condemned the attack in Karachi and alleged, without proof, that an Indian link was there to that strike. So basically, Islamabad pinned the blame on India for fomenting trouble inside Pakistan. There's nothing new there. This is the same script that Islamabad has been following for decades. When something goes wrong in Pakistan, the script never changes. A terror attack? Blame India. An insurgency? Blame India. Protests in PoK? Blame India. Baloch resistance? Blame India. Even when Pakistan launches military operations inside Afghanistan, somehow India finds itself in Islamabad's talking points. Delhi has responded to the Pakistani Interior Minister's blame game with one message: stop looking across the border, start looking in the mirror. Whether it is terror, whether it is human rights violations, or the protests in PoK which demolished Pakistan's Kashmir lies. Look at Pakistan's security map today. The northwest is witnessing renewed violence from the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. The southwest is battling an intensifying Baloch insurgency. At the eastern border, revolt breaks out against Pakistani establishment in Pak-occupied Kashmir. Militants' attack against security forces have risen sharply over the last few years. Pakistan's own institutions acknowledge that terrorism has returned as one of the country's biggest internal challenges. Internal. None of these movements originated in Delhi. They emerged from Pakistan's own political, security, and governance failures over decades. Yet every fresh crisis somehow becomes another opportunity for Pakistan to invoke India. It is easier to manufacture an external enemy than explain why violence continues despite years of military operations. The Karachi attack didn't happen in isolation. It happened as Pakistan was simultaneously fighting a war on its western border. A war it started, a war it is escalating, and a war that is killing Afghan civilians. On February 21 this year, Pakistan's Air Force carried out airstrikes in Afghanistan's Nangarhar, Paktika and Khost provinces, targeting what it described as militant camps. The United Nations Assistance Mission in Afghanistan confirmed that 37 Afghan civilians had died and 425 others were injured due to cross-border violence. Among the dead were cricket players, women and children. Pakistan has witnessed a surge in militant attacks targeting police and security forces in recent years. Authorities have blamed the Pakistani Taliban, known as the TTP, and allied militant groups for most of the violence. Then comes Balochistan. Pakistan frequently accuses India of fueling unrest there, but the roots of the conflict are neither new nor external. Baloch nationalist movements have existed for decades. Their grievances revolve around political representation, control over natural resources, enforced disappearances, and military operations. Mahrukh Baloch, a 32-year-old human rights defender nominated for the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize and named among the Time magazine's 100 most influential people, was handed a life sentence by an anti-terrorism court in Qatar. Her crime? Demanding accountability for enforced disappearances. Her father, a Baloch activist, was allegedly killed by Pakistani forces in 2024. Amnesty International called the crackdown a systematic attack on the rights of the Baloch community, saying that the activists were being detained simply for exercising their freedom or the right to freedom of expression and peaceful assembly. When challenged, Pakistan defaults to a familiar move. The Pakistani state has claimed that the Baloch Yakjehti Committee receives foreign funding from India, the United States, and Europe. It's an attempt to destabilize Pakistan, but offers no proof of financial transfers. Mahrukh Baloch called Pakistan's claims ironic, in fact, saying that Pakistan itself relies on foreign aid and runs proxy conflicts. Pakistan may accuse outsiders, but military operations alone have never eliminated the underlying political problem. Ignoring those realities does not make them disappear. And here's a test for Pakistan's credibility on Kashmir. Pakistan goes to every international forum it can find and lectures the world about self-determination. It claims to be the voice of the Kashmiri people. But in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir today, its own security forces are firing on protesters. 70 have been killed and 100 others have been injured in recent weeks alone. Around 150 protesters have been officially declared terrorists under anti-terror laws. The Joint Awami Action Committee, which is leading the movement in PoK, has been banned. Pakistan has been restricting access to food, petrol, diesel, medicines to pressure the protesters into submission into this area. Now, this is the country that lectures the world about Kashmir. It is running a blockade on the territory it claims to champion. Amid all these troubles, Pakistan has been busy painting a pretty picture of itself on the global platform, trying to hard sell how it has been instrumental to bring world peace by mediating between Iran and the United States. The real picture is this: Pakistan is a country fighting insurgencies on multiple fronts simultaneously. It is at open war with Afghanistan. It is running a blockade in its own occupied territory. It is handing life sentences to Nobel Peace Prize nominees, and its cities are being bombed by groups that it helped create and can no longer control. The Blame India playbook is old, because when your military headquarters is being attacked by your own militants, no amount of finger pointing at your neighbor changes the facts on the ground. Pakistan's crisis is made in Pakistan, but the West chooses to look the other way. This is Times Access, where global stories meet India's perspective. Click on the bell icon to subscribe, because the next big global shift will have India at its center.